एवरीवन, मेरा नाम है राघव और आज हम सीखने वाले हैं कुछ बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग। अब तक हमने ये पढ़ा था दैट लाइट ट्रेवल्स इन अ स्ट्रेट लाइन, बट इन टुडेज एक्टिविटी वील ट्राई टू बेंड द पाथ ऑफ लाइट विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ ग्लास स्लैब। हाउ डज दिस फिनोमेना इवन टेक प्लेस? हाउ डज द पाथ ऑफ लाइट इवन अंडरगो बेंडिंग? कैसे लाइट ये बोलता था कि मैं झुकेगा नहीं और आज वो झुक गया? तो इसके पीछे एक फिनोमेना जिम्मेदार है जिसका नाम है रिफ्रैक्शन, which basically involves the bending of light when it travels from one medium to another and it undergoes a change in speed. So before I start the experiment, I'd like to thank Young Genius for this amazing science kit, and science enthusiasts, you're gonna love this. I'll attach the kit link in the description as well and you can check it out. So let's get started, and if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button and do subscribe to my channel for more stuff coming soon. So for this experiment, we'll be needing a sun board, a glass slab through which diffraction will take place, pencils, an A4 size sheet, a ruler, a protractor and thumb pins. So what I do is I set my sun board first and I place an A4 size sheet on top of the sun board. Now on top of this setup, I place my glass slab, and let's fix the position of the glass slab roughly towards the center of the sheet, and let's draw an outline of this glass slab. Make sure that the lines are light, because in case there's any mistake, you can correct that mistake, or else it's very hard to correct the mistake and you see some imprints of the pencil marks, so that does not look very neat on the sheet of paper. So draw light outlines at first and then you can darken the outline. So you can see the outline is ready, and now we label the vertices of this rectangle so that it's easy for us to find out the position of the glass slab. And yes, we've labeled this successfully. And now comes the step of utmost importance. Let's mark our angle of incidence. So before marking the angle of incidence, let us first mark our normal, and the normal is nothing but an imaginary line which is perpendicular to the side DC of this rectangle. So we'll mark our normal first and then we'll mark our angle of incidence. So in this case, I have taken the angle of incidence to be 53 degrees. You can take any angle of your choice and carry out this experiment, and do let me know what results do you get from this experiment so that we can have a nice discussion on this experiment in the comment section. So as you can see, I've made my normal over here and I'll be drawing an angle of 53 degrees over here. So I've placed my protractor, and this angle, mind you, has to be measured with respect to the normal and not with respect to the surface of the glass slab. A lot of students generally tend to make this mistake of measuring angles with respect to the glass slab or with respect to the surface of a mirror in the case of reflection. No, that is incorrect. You're supposed to measure angles with respect to the normal. As you can see, I am measuring 53 degrees over here with respect to the normal. And we've marked our angle of incidence over here. Yes, it's ready. And along this incident ray, we'll be placing two thumb pins so that we can see through our object if we place our glass slab on the boundary of this rectangle. So I will be placing two thumb pins along the incident ray over here. So once we place the two thumb pins along the incident ray, we place our glass slab on the boundary that we just raised in step 1. And if there was no glass slab, it's very evident that there would have been no refraction taking place in this setup. Now I place my glass slab and I try to see these thumb pins from the other face of the glass slab. And yes, I can see the thumbprints from the other face of the glass slab. You can also see it in the video. I'm trying to rotate my camera and you can see the bottom part of the thumbprints, and we place another thumbprint on the opposite side of the glass slab such that this third thumbprint is in line with the thumbprints placed on the incident ray. We place another thumbprint along the same straight line. Now it appears to be that all the 4 thumbprints are lying on the same straight line, but in practice that is not the case. This is slightly bent. I'll join the ends of the other 2 thumbprints on the opposite side, and we'll see that we are not getting a single straight line. Instead, we are getting a line which is slightly bent over here. So once we've obtained our refracted ray or the emergent ray, we'll connect the ends of the heads of the thumbprints and we'll draw our ray, and we'll also draw a normal so that we can measure the angle of emergence over here. So we've obtained our emergent ray, and we'll again draw a normal which should be perpendicular to the face AB over here, and I'm darkening the emergent ray so that you can see it clearly. So I have obtained my angle of emergence, for which I'll be using a protractor again. And yes, this angle has to be measured with respect to the normal, not with respect to the face of the glass slab or not with respect to the side AB. So I draw the normal over here first. So once I draw the normal, I have my angle of emergence ready. So let me just remove these thumbprints and find out my angle of emergence. I find it comfortable to remove the pins and then find out the angle. You can measure as it is, whatever suits you. So we've measured our angle of emergence, and our angle of emergence is approximately 48 degrees. So we have our angle of incidence, we have our angle of emergence, and now we'll apply Snell's law to find out the refractive index of this glass slab. We've measured our angle of emergence, and our angle of emergence is approximately 48 degrees. So we have our angle of incidence, we have our angle of emergence, and now we'll apply Snell's law to find out the refractive index of this glass slab.